CNN had this column about how beauty is changing in America, okay, or perceptions of beauty. So back in the day, the blondies with the blue eyes were considered the attractive individuals, right? But now it turns out that the ethnic look is more exotic. So I love this because it shows an evolution of what is considered beautiful, okay? And the reason why I love it so much right now is because I just saw an old movie called Thoroughly Modern Millie. I don't know if you've heard of it. Super old movie from like...
What am I, Ben Mankiewicz? No, of course I haven't heard of it.
It's an awesome movie. I really like it. And they made it into a musical later. But anyway.
Does anybody say, hey, what's the big idea, mister?
Probably.
Okay,
in one scene, the main character of the movie is wearing beads, right? And they're long beads, and she's complaining that her breasts are too large because the beads don't hang down straight.
I didn't know they roll like that in the old movies.
And it makes me realize that beauty really does change, or perceptions of beauty change, because back in the day, being flat-chested was considered beautiful. Now, you gotta have the voluptuous jugs to be considered gorgeous.
Yeah, the flat-chested days, they were overrated. Okay, that really never should have taken hold.
But it did take hold, and beauty is always changing. What's considered beautiful is always changing. And the reason why that's important to keep in mind is that should change everybody's opinion on plastic surgery.
That's a really good point I hadn't thought of.
Because if you have something that you're insecure about now, 10 years from now, it might be something considered beautiful.
Right. Or you get something done because you think it's hot now, but 10 years from now, come to find out, schwang, wang, wang, Debbie Schlussel.
Exactly.
Right? And it's a disaster, and then you're trying to figure out how to get out of it. But this is also interesting because of demographic shifts. So now, apparently, the country is more interested in, whether it's entertainment, fashion, media, etc., more voluptuous figures, darker skin, and I love the two examples they concentrated on. Fuller lips and bigger asses. Now, wait a minute, is that fair? Is it fair to say that that's ethnic?
But they also focused on hair color, skin color. They focused on a lot of things. They even focused on eye shape. So you focused on
No. The article emphasized it. Okay, don't make me put up a link in there. Okay, to back me up. So they said, oh, other than the fuller lips and the bigger ass, okay, fine.
Right.
Shade of color, etc.
There was a tiny part in this article that mentioned broader noses and how that's considered attractive now. Thank you.
I didn't say anything. Finally.
Finally.
So anyway, and you know, I remember my grandfather because my grandfather liked much fuller women, right? And it's funny what you remember about people, right? So he'd see like, you know, good-looking women, and he'd be like, oh, please, put some meat on those bones. And then he'd see like a fuller woman, he'd be like, oh yeah, roll, okay?
Right.
So things change, and this is kind of, it's a really positive story if you ask me.
I think it's a positive story as well because, well, it's positive for people who have an exotic look, not so positive for the plain Jane white people. But that's the truth because
but the reason I say it's positive is because it's more representative of the country.
Right.
You know, and it's bound to happen. That's how it happens. It doesn't happen through political correctness. It just happens with naturally evolving tastes of the people in the country, and that's the way it should be. There shouldn't be like, okay, we're not doing skinny white folks anymore. We're doing full bodies, African Americans or Latinos or whatever. Just it progresses as it should, and so it's more open. I like that. That's why I like it.
I like it too. Yes.
Right. So, and believe me, skinny white girls never really go out of fashion. They'll be all right. They'll be all right.
They will. They will.
Okay.
I agree.
And they give credit to Jennifer Lopez, Beyonce, Giselle, Kim Kardashian, and Shakira as pushing this new thing.